the story of how Urban Energy Vlog started. I mean, I could sit there and tell y'all a lot, but I don't think y'all want to hear my whole story. I think y'all just need to hear like just a certain part for y'all to understand why I started it and where I want to go with it. I'm gonna break it down like this. I grew up around the urban culture, you know, and that's what I knew, you know what I'm saying? That's what I knew from a young age. That's what I grew up around. And it wasn't until about 13 that I started, you know, looking in, you know, telekinesis, you know, psychology, you know, quantum physics, metaphysics, you know, stuff like that. But I still had some sort of influence behind urban culture. And it wasn't until 15 that I started to go into conspiracy theories. I'm out of it now, but at the time, 15, I was, you know, like heavily into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And that's when I started to say, oh, urban culture, all this stuff that we do in urban culture, that's bad. We're not supposed to do that. No, that's the wrong way. You ain't supposed to do it like that. Oh, it's all bad. It's all bad. And then after that, at like 16, that's when I started to go into spirituality, and they were saying pretty much saying the same thing. Oh, you know, people doing, you know, people in the urban culture, you know, people that sit there and, you know, want to, you know, have lots of sex and, you know, use curse words and be angry. You know, they were saying that was bad, you know, and that made me believe even more that, you know, all that stuff in urban culture was bad. And then at like 17, that's when I came and went to this school. This school where you learn energy. I came to this school called Avatar Energy Mastery Institute, and that's an online school, and they teach energy there. But I came to that school and I started to learn energy, and I started to learn some philosophies around you know, expressing, you know, self-expression, express yourself. All energy or just all your emotions should flow. You know, we should just be able to express it, you know, release our emotions, which sort of went against the traditional, you know, new age spiritual, you know, philosophy, you know, that we're supposed to express all of our emotions. We're supposed to, you know, not deny it. That's a part of us. That, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I learned, so I pretty much learned energy, and I was starting to get good at it while understanding these philosophies behind it. But I still felt like I wasn't expressing myself, you know. Felt like I just wasn't expressing me. Like I'd still speak proper. I try to avoid using curse words. I tried to, you know, act like I wasn't. I tried to, you know, hide my sexuality. Even though it was teaching, you know, self-expression, I was still afraid to do that. So I learned energy, and then about a year or so after, you know, learning energy and learning some of those philosophies, that's when I was 18. That's when I started to go back into urban culture, because that's what I grew up around, you know what I'm saying? That's what I felt I should, you know, I should be like. That's what I should incorporate into doing energy, you know, my personality, my urban personality. And that's when I started to get back into you know, all the urban hip hop, urban rap, you know, R&B. You know, I started listening to those songs again. And at first it was like I was listening to those songs, and I was, I was grooving to it, but I still felt a little bit like I just feel, I don't know, I feel bad because I'm bumping to songs like this and stuff like that. Because, that's because I was, I was afraid to, express me. So I was still a little bit cringed up about, listening to, all that type of stuff. And not only that, but I was afraid to tell other people, that I talked to that, that was doing energy. But anywho, I started to, get deeper and deeper and deeper into, urban culture, all the, the rap music. And then that's when I started to let, my sexuality run free, women, look at that, look at her, look at that body, look at her, that's when I started to go in and letting my sexuality, run free, express it. Well, as I was diving in, urban culture a bit more, I started to get better at energy, and I started to notice that I could do certain things. I could get people to feel things, I can activate people. I can get people to feel energy. I can get them to feel high just by connecting them to energy. And it's called activations. And I started a business called Avatar Activations where I give people activations and energy activations and stuff. Like where I give people energy activations. And then when I was around that, it just felt like I was going back into spirituality when I was, doing interviews and stuff. I still felt like I wasn't expressing me. I expressed me on my own time, when it's just me, but then I'd be afraid to express me around other people in the spiritual community. And so after that, I was like, no, it's something missing. There's something missing. Right? Something just don't feel right. I don't know what it is. It's just something that's missing about me. And after making a few videos on my other business, I was like, you know what? I should start to make vlogs. Vlogs where people will know that, I am a dude that's connected to energy. I can, I do go spiritual, but at the same time, I'm gonna be expressing me. Where I go into urban culture, and I go deep into urban culture, and now I'm comfortable with urban culture because that's what I grew up in. And that's when urban energy vlogs started, and to be honest, I didn't know exactly how I wanted or what people I wanted to target, because this is just like a niche. Like, what the fuck? Oh. Fucking things keep crawling on me and shit. The fuck? Okay. Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't really know how or what what people I was gonna target. I could have targeted people that are, that are just in the urban culture and just try to make them in the energy. But I shouldn't try to make people, do nothing. I should go and target the people that already like this stuff, that already like this, that do energy, that's in the spirituality, and they like to express themselves. They be themselves, and they not against, or they don't think urban culture is bad, even though they may not be into it. But that's what I realized. I should go target those people and not try to necessarily make people that are in the urban culture or that are in the spiritual culture and that don't like the other side, or or people that are in the urban culture that don't really get spiritual or do energy, or people that are in the spiritual community that don't really like urban. So I shouldn't really I shouldn't really try to target those people. I should already target the people that already do energy, and they already not afraid to express their own selves. And this is where, you know, this is where it all came from. So just to recap, and I was already urban from the beginning with, grew up with it. Then I started to break away from it because I thought it was bad, and then I came back to it, realizing this is me, express me, you know, fuck anybody that don't like it or that think it's bad. This is me. And then the promise where I want to go with Urban Energy Vlogs is eventually when I start getting a lot of subscriber count and a lot of views, I want to build a community behind, you know, Urban Energy Vlogs. People, so, you know, not fans. I don't want to build fans behind it. I want to build a community behind it, where people, where we all can, you know, where we all do energy and be ourselves. And that can open up opportunities for us to, you know, do big meetups. Where if I get a whole bunch of subscribers and viewers that are my community, I can make meetups or seminars. And that's when we can actually start to do like group energy together, you know, like, 100 people, you know, or lots of people that come together and do energy. And that's when we can throw out the big guns behind all this energy shit, you know. And that's one of my plans. So it's just, you know, we just make a community where people can do energy and be themselves. And like when I talked about in the What Is Energy video, I talked about if we get more than one person to combine their energy that, you know, the energy that they connected to, the electromagnetic spectrum, the electromagnetic field that's around their body. If we can get a whole bunch of people, like hundreds of people, to connect it, that's when we can start to do the insane type of ability shit, or telekinesis, all the shit that people imagine about, you know, all the shit like on anime. And that's when we can start to pull out those big guns. We can't do that right now, but if we get a whole bunch of people together, that's when we can start doing that. And at the same time, we can express our love for the urban culture that'll take us places, that'll bring a whole nother element, you know, to all this energy and all this urban shit. Like, that's when people will start seeing, okay, you know, this person, he's doing all the shit that we into, and he's doing energy, and he's showing other people that he can do energy. Alright, okay. Energy ain't that bad, it ain't that mystical, it ain't that weird. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's cool. And then people in the spiritual community be like, okay, alright, I guess it's not, you know, it's not so bad if a group of people that's like that can sit there and, you know, make a big group of people that do energy and they still can be themselves. It must, you know, being urban and doing all the stuff that urban people do must not be so bad. There's a whole bunch of possibilities behind energy that I didn't really go into. Like, it can be, you know, it can be straight up healers. It can be people that do telekinesis. It can be people that can materialize shit. It can be people that can build shit with their mind. You know, build buildings with their mind. It can be all that if we bring energy out into this community. But I don't want to get too in depth with that, because this ain't more about this isn't ultimately about me trying to get energy out there. It's about me showing y'all that y'all can do energy and be yourselves. So that's what I look toward. That's my story behind Urban Energy Vlogs, and that's my vision for the future when Urban Energy Vlogs gets to the top, like gets well known. Alright, so there y'all go.